Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder. Today, NOG just filed a prospectus supplement related to the Parallax acquisition, and I am seeing a key legal update on their stock. Quick note, this is not financial advice, just my take on public filings for educational purposes. Essentially, the company is ensuring that shares issued in a recent deal can be legally resolved by the recipient, and we have a legal opinion backing it up. Northern Oil and Gas Incorporated, or NOG, is an energy company. Recently, they've been busy with acquisitions, including something called the Parallax Acquisition. Now, when companies buy other assets or businesses, they often issue their own stock as part of the deal. This filing is all about making sure those newly issued shares are good to go for resale by whoever received them. This filing is an 8 current report. Think of it as a way for companies to quickly let the public know about major events that shareholders need to be aware of. In this case, the big event is the filing of a prospectus supplement. A prospectus supplement is basically an add-on to an existing document called a prospectus, which gives detailed information about securities being offered. The report is dated the 2nd of June 2026. This means the most important event described in this filing happened on or before this date. The company's main thing here is its common stock. You can think of common stock as the basic ownership shares in a company. The par value is a very small technical number, basically a placeholder with little bearing on the stock's actual market price. The important part is that these shares are traded on the New York Stock Exchange under the ticker symbol NOG. This section covers other events. It is a catch all for significant things happening at the company that don't fit neatly into other categories. Here, it is explaining the filing of a resale prospectus supplement. This supplement is tied to a registration statement on Form S-3 ASR, and it is about the resale of up to 3689413 shares of NOG. It's common stock, so who is selling these shares and why? It is a selling stockholder who received these shares as part of the Parallax acquisition. This means NOG likely used its own shares to pay for or facilitate this deal. The company is now helping this selling stockholder by registering these shares for resale, meaning they can sell them on the open market. This part explains the why behind the filing. When NOG made the Parallax acquisition, they probably signed a registration rights agreement. This agreement is a contract where NOG promised to file the necessary paperwork with the Securities and Exchange Commission, or SEC. This paperwork ensures that the shares given to the seller in the acquisition can be legally sold. It is a standard part of many acquisition deals to make sure the recipient of the shares has a clear path to liquidating them if they choose. This is the core reason for this specific 8K filing. It is not just about the prospectus supplement itself, but about providing a crucial piece of supporting documentation, a legal opinion. This opinion from a law firm likely named Kirkland and Ellis LP, as we'll see later, confirms that the shares being registered for resale are valid and legally sound. This is important for buyers because it gives them assurance that they are purchasing legitimate shares. Now, we get to the exhibits. Exhibit 5.1 is the actual opinion letter from the legal team. This is the document that gives the green light from a legal perspective, confirming the validity of the shares. Think of it as the lawyer's stamp of approval on the securities being offered. Exhibit 23.1 is the consent of the same law firm, Kirkland and Ellis LP. When a legal firm provides an opinion like this, they must also consent to its use in the filing. This means they agree that their opinion can be included in the document filed with the CC and relied upon by investors. Exhibit 104 is the cover page interactive data file. This is essentially a digital version of the cover page of the filing formatted, so that computers can easily read and process the information. It is part of the broader push for transparency and machine readability in financial filings. Looking at the broader context from outside the filing, Northern Oil and Gas recently closed a significant acquisition of Parallax Energy assets for about 237 million Canadian dollars. This is a big move for NOG, which has a market cap around $2.4 billion. They've also been lifting their output outlook after a strong first quarter, so this filing about registering shares from the Parallax deal is a follow-up step in integrating that acquisition and putting their newly issued stock into play. What does this all mean? Well, NOG is actively growing through acquisitions, and this filing is a procedural step to ensure that the shares issued as part of that growth can be traded freely. The legal opinion attached is key domino falling to make that resale possible. It signals that the company is progressing with integrating its recent acquisitions and that a chunk of new shares will soon be available on the market. The risk I am watching is the potential for increased share supply. When a large block of shares becomes available for resale, it can sometimes put downward pressure on the stock price, especially if the selling stockholder decides to sell a significant amount quickly. However, The fact that the company is proactively filing this and providing a legal opinion suggests they are managing this process transparently. It is also worth noting that institutional investors like BlackRock, American Century, and Vanguard are significant holders, indicating a level of confidence from large funds. But this doesn't guarantee future performance. Oh, and the research tools I actually use are linked in the description. They help keep this channel going, that is my take. Stay decoded, like, comment, subscribe, and join our Discord community linked in the description.